and it's Loco Roco. This came out in 2006, the same year as The Darkness. And this is one of the cutest games I have ever played. Maybe the cutest game. It's up there with like Katamari. But this is a physics-based puzzle game where you tilt the world left or right, similar to Super Monkey Ball, but in a 2D sort of environment. And you can hold down the right and left bumpers to jump. And your little blob character basically grows by eating these fruits you find around the level. And that not only increases your mass, but makes it a little bit more difficult to platform over a lot of the areas in this game. And I use difficult in a very loose sense because this game is not difficult at all. These black blobs have invaded the blob world and it's your job to stop them. That's really the plot of the game. There's not too much to say about it. This game is all about its presentation. It has gorgeous color usage and fantastically interesting levels in it. The music to go along with it is also incredible, and I love the way the little blobs sing along to the music. It's nonsense lyrics and like a made-up language, but I just love the way it sounds. I couldn't get enough of it. I would sit there and just listen to each new track for several minutes to just let it soak in, and I loved the way that this game really pulled me into it. The whole point of the game is really to just explore and find these routes through the levels to kind of collect all the collectibles. You get these little beads and these fruits that I've mentioned, and you can also find hidden characters that will allow you to unlock collectibles for your little house you can build for your blobs, which is just kind of a side event you do in the game. It didn't really have much of a purpose, but it's some extra content, which is something this game needs because it's really only about 3 hours long. A lot of these levels, they have no challenge. You can't even fail them. It's like if you had a Mario level where there were no holes or pitfalls on the ground and no enemies. Yeah, you're running and jumping over various obstacles, but there's no way to fail. You're gonna win. There's not even a time limit. I didn't even know you could fail a level or die in this game till level 37 out of 40, and that was the only time I died in the entire game. The rest of the time I just blew straight through it. The last boss of the game requires some like pretty delicate platforming, but that was really the only time that happened in the entire game. A lot like Sonic, you just sort of jump into some tube and you just kind of watch what happens and you enjoy the spectacle. And I have to say, I enjoyed the spectacle of this game pretty much as I did on Sonic Mania. They feel like they're two different sides of the same coin. But this is straight up a kid's game. I don't know that it was made to be a kid's game, but it feels like, you know, baby's first platformer. Some of the physics can get a little annoying, like hopping over stuff, but you will do it. You have unlimited tries, and you know, it can feel weird when your blob gets really large, but for the most part, you know, you're just kind of watching the levels. It's considered a classic on the system. I know that it has a sequel that's supposed to be even better. I have it. I think a few other games in this series came out in Japan, but they never came to the United States. So I wouldn't mind playing those. I did have a good time with this game, but like I said, it is a children's game. I blew through this game in just a few hours. I had a good time with it, but I was pretty bored by the end of it. There wasn't really any challenge, like I said. Anybody can beat this game, but it is really cute to look at. I think I would have more fun watching somebody else play it than playing it myself. Loco Roco is a 7 out of 10. Just interesting levels without a lot of challenging gameplay.